Hello Inform Crows, I'm John from the Haunted Informer, and today I'm giving you my 2025 review of Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill, located in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. So today I'm telling you about my experience at Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, and I got to go through with the owner, Kim, through multiple attractions. That was a lot of fun. I got to go through the Terror Trail with her, and that was a lot of fun. There are so many different themes on that trail. At one point at the very end, they have Chainsaw Maniacs coming after you. Massive shout out to all of them and Twirls and everybody there. There are so many different themes encapsulated on the Terror Trail. It's easily one of my favorite attractions there. It actually was my favorite that night when I went because all the actors were doing a really good job. They were so intense, stalking after you, chasing after you at points, and the makeup was really gritty and creepy at multiple points. At one point, you're going through a hospital. At one point, it looks like a toxic waste dump. At one point, there's crazy hillbillies coming after you. They have the sound effects down and everything with the prop guns and everything just right coming after you. I love them. The scarecrow section was great. And this evil demonic like scarecrow slash farmer was coming after you with a prop pitchfork. He was really intense and there was a lot to see. There's water effects at some points. The bridges shake when you walk on them, and there is so much to see on this trail. It's easily one of my favorite haunted trails I've experienced at any haunted attraction because there's so many different themes encapsulated. At one point you see clowns. At one point you go through like a mining town. At one point it looks like you're going through a junkyard with all these tires. And I was talking to the scare actor in there, and he was improvising back and forth with me about how much his different tires would cost for me, the bigger ones or the smaller ones. And at one point, it looked like we were going to go into this like gypsy scene. And at first, I thought it was just like a drape hanging that you had to push through. It was actually the scare actor with her costume like this, and then she lunged out at us and talked to us about the scene. And that was so good. That actually so scared both Kim and I. Like, that was excellent. Like, I did not expect that. So, job well done. There's a whole demented playground scene, and keep an eye out for eagle-eyed people like me that love Easter eggs. There's actually an Easter egg to Trixie in there as well. So look at some of the props of the evil kids in there. You'll see an Easter egg to Trixie and some of the Midway characters of Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill in there, which is really neat. My second favorite attraction of the night would be the Horror of Menges Mill. This attraction got lots of different changes. They upgraded the swamp area, so it's like you're walking through a full-on dock now, and they have prop seagulls and this whole shack build up with these crazy zombies coming after you. They rebuilt the whole laser swamp area, so it's more claustrophobic, and it's like going through a maze now. Instead of free roam, and there's prop alligators and all kinds of crazy stuff happening in there. You have to go in the future in 2026 or halfway to Halloween or Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill for the Kim's Kryptmas event. You have to go to these different events to check out these scenes. They did a really good job. And the finale, they completely changed. It used to be this more like a construction area gone bad, and like you had to go through like this crazy maze where you had to like walk sideways through walls and stuff. It was really wild. They completely ripped that all out, and now it's like a medieval torture museum with custom foam work. So massive shout out to Trixie and Lady Pants, everybody there. They did such a good job building it, so detailed with all the different lighting fixtures and all these custom props from Morbid Monstrosities. Shout out to them. They made these custom props that look like different characters that are being tortured in there, with like the massive wheel that's like pulling on somebody, like they're tied to it, they're pulling on them. They have the one torturing this woman, and they have one where it looks like the rat cage on the woman's stomach getting eaten. That's a prop from Ghost Ride, and there is so much to see in that room. The Horror of Menches Mill has so many detailed scenes. I'll always love that dragon lair where you see the different dragon legends, heads from Distortion Unlimited shooting the fog out of their mouths, and the different animatronics of dragons from different companies coming at you. The massive dragon head coming out trying to bite you, and the fog effects, and the different minions in there coming after you. They're trying to wrangle the different dragons in there. It is always so much fun, always so detailed. Easily one of my favorite scenes on the entire property of Kim's Krypt. I love that scene. They always add to it and change it every year. You have to go through this whole disorienting, like, strobe lit, fog out, like whiteout maze with these different claustrophobia bags, and there's a clown section with these massive animatronics of clowns coming at you, like actimatronic grabbers from Gorgalore, and so many different scenes encapsulated in the Horror Menges Mill that I thoroughly enjoyed. The butcher in the butcher shop was very intense, coming after you with the sparking blade, and there's so much to see in there. The whole freezer section, and there's so much. The whole, like, general store area was great, and that leads into, like, this whole, like, fish bait shack where he's trying to sell you fish bait and coming after you, and the timing with the scare actors with the chainsaws, and the whole mechanic area with the tool shed, and Beetlejuice was awesome. Massive shout out to the scare actor portraying Beetlejuice. They were doing such a good job, and so much fun in there. So much fun in the Horror Menges Mill. My second favorite attraction of the night was definitely the Horror Menges Mill. And then we also can go to the House of Eyes. The House of Eyes always changes every year. I love that ballroom section they have in there where it looks like they're dancing in there. The scare actor came alive in there because it's like a statue scare where you can't tell. He said he wanted me to dance with him, and a second later there's another scare actor from another scene coming at me. There's a very creepy doll section in there. I love the one scene where the massive zombie comes alive out of the dark at you, like the massive animatronic coming after you, grabbing at you. That's always neat with all these bones, like a whole boneyard below him, and that whole really gritty, disgusting area where it looks like you're going through this shower with this person that's been skinned and filleted, like really messed up stuff in there. The whole bar section, and you never know when these different scare actors are going to appear, if it's going to be a prop or it's a live actor. They always do such good misdirection here. Also, you can go through the Haunted Mill. As the name implies, Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill. This is their namesake. This is a very detailed attraction. Many floors, upstairs, downstairs. From the very beginning, I love the energy of the scare actress in the very beginning of the attraction coming after you, letting secret doors open, other scare actors coming at you, and there's ghostly figures moving around above you from Beastcraft. And to this day, that is easily the creepiest basement I've been through at any haunt attraction anywhere. I've been to lots of haunt attractions, and that is easily the creepiest. It's a legitimately creepy basement that's very dank in there, and they have old animatronics coming at you and newer ones, and it's very gritty and gross in there, and they have lots of props of these different props and animatronics that look like they're getting tortured, or people getting tortured, and props from Ghost Ride, and sometimes there's scare actors down there creeping after you, chasing after you, and there's an evil rat down there that'll come after you, and it's very unsettling. Like, that's easily creepiest basement I've been through at any haunted attraction anywhere. Hands down, job well done for the creep factor there. At one point, it looks like you're going to like a sewer section with this bug actimatronic from Gorgalore coming at you, and there's all kinds of different effects in there you have to experience for yourself. They have this whole area where you walk on this massive bridge and it shakes, and there's this massive like winged demon, and there's this whole section where they have all these werewolves coming after you, and massive shout out to Jason. He is always so scary in there because you go through this strobe lit tunnel where it's very claustrophobic. It's like a concrete tunnel where you're going through. It's like a big circle, and you go in, and it's strobe lit, and Jason is there, and he comes after you, and he has two machetes, and he's banging them on the walls up and down, and he's like going in slow motion, chasing after you, and that was awesome. I absolutely love that. There's a chainsaw chase out at the end, and that's always a fun attraction for sure. There's always so much to see. There's like a gypsy scene at one point, and there's so many different props and animatronics in there. There's like a whole evil rock band at one point. There are skeletons playing, and there's so many different effects in there. There's so many themes encapsulated in that attraction, and I always enjoy Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill because it's the perfect mix of the retro vibes of like classic funhouse elements and classic haunted house scenes that you've learn to love and enjoy and want to see. And also the new modern effects and crazy animatronics and props that you haven't seen before. Like, I love the mix of the both, and they always are trying to evolve and change and upgrade every year and make it a better, more scarier, immersive experience every year. And I've seen it. I've been to Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill many times, and it has changed immensely over the years. And the scare acting gets better every single year. They always train everybody every year and have new actors, and I always have such a good time. So definitely a massive shout out to those actors. They were firing on all cylinders, all the attractions. I also did the Dark Despair. I got the combo pass where you get to do all of the attractions and they punch your ticket before you go through all of them. And I got to go through the Dark Despair, which is an inflatable wall style dark maze where you cannot see anything. You're going through and you have to touch the walls and find your way, touching the walls and everything. I'm not going to give any tricks to get out of there. I know how to get out of there because I've done it multiple times, but I'm not going to tell you how. You have to go in and figure out for yourself. And it's definitely creepy in there. At some points, it sounds like loud monsters are growling at you, the loud sound effects. And so it's a classic dark maze. You really are going to find your way through the dark and find your way out. So definitely a great time at Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill. As always a good time. I got to try multiple treats from this one company. They had a whole food truck there. They were really good. I tried the deep fried cheesecake. That was delicious. Really enjoyed that. Thank you for Kim posting on Facebook about that. Definitely tried it. Loved it. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Had a wonderful time. Got to talk to Maggot and see his dilapidated, completely post-apocalyptic pit in there. It's a mini escape room. It's fun to see that and all the different scare actors tricksing everybody. Got to see Otis running around with his axes, his hatchets, and everything. And they have so many different collectibles and merch items you can get in that gift shop. They have hoodies and shirts and hats and challenge coins with the different characters on it, and pins and magnets and all kinds of stuff. They have custom 3D printing from Otis in there, and really fun time. Really, really fun time. And this was the custom artwork they had done by Rogue's Hollow for this year. It looks like she's possessed, and it's always a blast talking to Kim, of course. And yeah, great time as always going to Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill. That was the Haunted Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I put up a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. And I'm on social media, and you can find all those links below. And tell me about your experiences at Kim's Krypt Haunted Mill. Did you go to any of the off-season events? Are you going to go to the Christmas event they're going to do, Kim's Kryptmas? Are you going to go to the Winter Wonder Trail, the family-friendly trail they do, the family-friendly version of the trail for wintertime for the kids? Are you going to go to any of those events for halfway to Halloween in the future? Tell me all about that in the comments below. And as always, happy hauntings.